What is going on, everybody? Trevor here. Happy Thursday, and this is it, folks. The last one before the Olympic break tonight, all throughout the NHL. So this is it for the league, as they will take a couple weeks off as some players go over to Milan, northern Italy, to participate in the Winter Olympic Games. So good luck to everyone participating. First and foremost, hope you come back healthy, and whoever wins the gold medal, good luck. Probably Canada is my prediction. But one more game tonight. Devils, Islanders, Jersey game as well for the second consecutive game. This is the fourth and final meeting between these two Metropolitan Division teams this season. Islanders have won all three so far, so they are looking for the clean sweep. There was an overtime win. I remember that because that stopped our win streak at home back in November. There was the game right before Christmas where the Islanders scored with like a minute and change left for the win. And then the last time these two teams met, the 9-0 shellacking by said Islanders, in which the Devils made no changes afterwards. Because why wouldn't you after the second most embarrassing shutout loss in franchise history? Anyway, Devils come into this one 28-26-2. Last game was Tuesday, the 3-0 loss to Columbus. Goals leader Nico Hischier with 18, 41 points for him. For the Islanders, they are 31-21-5 on the season. Their last game was also Tuesday. That was a 5-4 overtime win in overtime against the Penguins. Goals leader is Bo Horvat with 23 and Matthew Barzal with 50 points. Before I get into the game, we have a trade. Devils made a trade yesterday. They welcome in Nick Bjugstad from the St. Louis Blues, in which the Devils gave up a conditional fourth-round pick and a prospect going to the Blues. So, Devils buying, for some reason, a 33-year-old veteran with still a year left on his contract after this. So not a complete rental, but I really do not understand this move. Why are you buying? You should be selling, all right? Sell. Not buy. This is a team a playoff team would make. Not one that has a less than a 5% chance to make the playoffs. I have nothing to abuse that. I like him. The contract's cheap. But this isn't a move that a team that's not going to make the playoffs makes. Plain and simple. That's my thoughts on said trade. Either way, he will make his Devils debut tonight. The Devils are now 4-10-2 against the Metropolitan Division this season. That is the second worst in the NHL in this category, only followed by the St. Louis Blues, funny enough. So, Devils stinking it up against the Metro Division. Oy vey. And I have some additional Devils stats I have printed out. This is courtesy of Greg Wyshynski. The Devils have now given up the first goal in a game 32 times in 56 games this season. They have a minus 18 goal differential in the third period. And since Jack Hughes returned before being injured again on December 21st, the Devils have the worst offensive team in the NHL. 2.10 goals per game and 29th in points percentage at .405. That is from Greg Wyshynski. I mean, it just says it itself, man. The collapse this team has had. Oof. Speaking of negativity, why not? Let's continue it. Nico, Jack, and Brad have just one 5v5 point combined in the last 9 games. As I said Tuesday, the big guns not doing anything enough to get these guys wins. And the Islanders, like Columbus, getting hot at the right time. Well on the way of going from number 1 pick to making the playoffs the very next season, which is something we've seen in the past a couple times, in the past decade. So, what a turnaround for the Island. And I'm sure most of their fans will be at the arena tonight. So, one more, that's it. Push. Just get through it so I can rest for 2 weeks. Excuse me. So, that will do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Trevor. I'll be back after the game, per the usual, with my thoughts. So stay tuned for that. So, that will do it. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Trevor, and I'll see you for for the next one. How bad is this? No way we lose 9-0 again, right? Right?